Good evening, good afternoon, and good morning. I'm Frozen Melon, and today we're back with some more SpellRogue. I'm still playing this. I've been trying some other of the really hard achievements to get done at the moment. I haven't done this just yet, because I kind of want to do it on a run where I know I'm going to be able to do it, kind of thing. So, yeah. It'll be something where I'll probably get it all the way up to the thing and then just be like, okay, we're not doing this and completing it until I actually know I've won the run. Anyway, but yeah, so stuff that I want to be able to do. I've been trying to do this one. Struggling to get that first win on the board and stuff like that, but once I do, that'll go up and then we will probably get me a failure or something like that. I'm trying to get at least, you know, good sign of runs to go. But we also got like all this other stuff I would like to do, and I've done like this one on a different run as well with someone else. So yeah, I'm gonna see what we can do. I'm going to try to win a run with no more than one artifact. That is what we're going to try and do today. That is the plan. We're going to try winning with no more than one artifact. I think Sephara might be a good option for that.
I hope you're ready for a fight.
So that's what we're going to try and do. We won't do Descent, because there's no point. I think we'll just go straight for this, and then we'll just start off with the coat and go in. So yeah, just the one artifact, and we'll see what we can do with it. So no artifacts for this run. You have to forgive me. I've made popcorn, and I will be chewing on that all the way through as my snack for the day. So ignoring that, good shop this way actually. Could go this way, but I like this one. Don't know, have a better feeling about the shop. But yeah, essentially that is kind of like my plan, really. Do that. I don't really need to gain that. Made a difference, we still got the same amount of damage output on it anyway, so I'm like, yeah. Flip that again, just to get the armor, and there we go. But essentially, yeah, that's kind of the thing I want to be able to do is, this is so good to help with this build. It's like, it works so well as a starting build for anything like this. Ooh, Twin Shield. Ooh, but Pierce is such a good early game spell. Yeah, we'll take the Twin Shield, keeps me defensive, and then we got the option to upgrade it either way as well, so we'll not worry about it. We can take that shard immediately. That seems really good. Now, do we want to increase that, or do that? I think we do this, because that way we can get more static generation, right? Like, defensive, I think we're pretty good, or do we just do this and not make it spend static? You know what? I'll sit on it and wait. Right. And let's do that. Watch it be the deplete one. Yes, we'll continue. Oh, it's not the deplete guy. Cool. Sorry, I've got hot chocolate as well, so I've done like both the things I know. They're on point today. Do that, and do that. We roll one of these die. Now I can do this, look. Oh, something good like that. Well, even. This has to go in there for the even trigger. That has to be odd. Deal that 6 damage, and pass turn. You get the damage from Spark or static. So, yeah, that's kind of what I kind of plan to do at the moment, really. Just kind of wanting to kind of chill out and relax and, I mean, either way, we're going to be overflowing this one anyway, so got that becomes a 5. Ooh. That overflows that. That is brilliant. That goes in there for extra defense. This 3 can do the damage there first. And then this 5 can do damage there. This is kind of a cool build. Like, the generation on that is actually pretty useful. Plus, like... Oh. Guess we'll do damage then. That's a 4 and more there. Like, so I still keep getting, like, a good amount, like, every turn anyway, so... We're not exactly in a bad spot. Don't care about that. And the fact that I get an extra dice out of this is actually looking huge repeatedly. 10, we have 6. It's not enough, but it is next turn anyway. We just killed this thing off. That is good. And there we go, done. Not bad at all. Remember, no picking up other artifacts. That is the rule. That is the rule we got to go by. Tornadomancy is a good payoff for the build that we're trying to do, so we'll take it. It does go in. I would like to lower its countdown, but I'm thinking the repeats on this are just generally giving me more. Which is better? Wait for the shot, wait for the shot, wait for the shot. We'll see what's in here first. Cage, duplication for the mana symmetry is actually kind of useful for this sort of build that we're trying. Arc is also kind of interesting as a payoff as well, but... Oh, after image for echo dice, that could also be interesting as well. The upgrade to this, turning it just to 1, is also pretty useful just to roll. I think we go after image. Because that's like really useful. And then we upgrade the after image here. What do we have? -5 count? Ooh. Is that just adjacent or both adjacent? Just adjacent spell -5. I think we do this. And that way we can put the spell in here, trigger both of these. In theory. Right? Cage would seem like a pretty good choice as well, for this early game stuff. But I can probably get better stuff than that. I would like to get this though, the mana symmetry. But I'd give up like all my ways of dealing damage if I do that. Like twice over, so no. Guess we'll take random potion. Oh, the manifold potion will do actually quite well, and might as well take that potion also. And we'll use it immediately. Get that max life. You have an interesting build going on. Like, the way I want to use the after image, both ways were applicable, so I wasn't too worried. But this just rolls anything. This is kind of what I want to use it for. And like, even like here, like, I can do this to trigger an attack still. Which means we can get the trigger on this. Let me do this. Ooh. Oh, even on that. Not to deal damage. Even there. Electrolyze that. Hit a 4 and put it in there. So we can just check 1s in this and see what happens. Pretty much. 4. Well, that isn't even, so, well, before we do that, put that in there to trigger that. And then do this. You just get 5, so we do 5 damage repeatedly over every other turn. That's an even to go in there. It becomes a 3 to deal damage, so... I was hoping the static would kill it, but did not, unfortunately. A 2. We do get the 3 again. And a 2. So I guess that and that go in there. This goes in the twin shield. This dies to that anyway. That is 6. I'm just looking at Tornadomancy being like my main offensive tool, right? Ooh, lag. Okay, so we can start triggering this in weird ways. That does repeat as well, so we get that working for us. From there, 4. Doesn't actually matter. Deal small amounts of damage, then gain that. Remember, don't pick up any artifact awards. Ooh. Breath of Thunder. I might actually trade that out. So this goes there. I think this and this can go here because we're going to want to use Tornadomancy a lot. Electrolyze goes here. Try and get more value out of it when we trigger all these stuff. Then we got Breath of Thunder to try and gain lots of small bits of static on repeat. I keep going for my popcorn every so often and just being like, oh yeah, and I'm like, oh yeah, recording. So I can do that, look. Do that again. And now, that even goes in there to start triggering the chain on these. Cool. So now I have the 5. We get the repeat triggering to attack everything else. And I've got all the defense I need. And my question is the repeat effects... So here we just go in this one, right? Because the effect triggers a better way anyway. And do it again. Oh no, do this one this time. So that and that go in there. Another 6, interesting. So 6 and 6, that doesn't matter, and then give me defense. Man, I got a pretty interesting build here. Ooh. I mean, Admiral Ether Coil is the better one to take. Just because it gives me free static, and I can help out if I can fit it into the build. I don't think it's the best one out of those there to take, though. I just feel like this works for my build. I'm going for spells as much as possible, because I really want to get stuff that's going to be good for this build. There's no point rerolling, but that could also be interesting. Because that could be a great way to gain static a little bit, if we attack first and then that. But I don't have an attack spell that will work with that yet, so we'll think about it. I keep doing it. I keep taking my... Yeah, do this one first so we get that roll for free. Okay. We do this one instead. I don't have a 4, so... I guess the 5 will go in there. No, 5. Times 6. I'm going to put the 2 in there. I guess that can... Oh no, we need even to go in there anyway. So I guess that and that, triggering that. Gets that ready to go. The even goes in here then, give me defense. That and that go in there, and then we just do 10 damage to everything. Now I do want to stop this guy, which we have a good opportunity to do. Trigger those. Ooh. I guess 5 goes in there first, see what we get. This does generate a 5. But I need to hit this thing for enough, which that kind of is enough to cancel that out. And wipe out all this stuff. Cool. This build is interesting and fun. That's what I'm going to say here. This build is interesting and fun. I like it. We got a weird thing going on here, and I kind of like it. You know? I guess that goes in there. That goes in there. Check the 6 in there and give me a defense. And then we got like 20, so we need to do like 5 damage anyway. But A 4, brilliant. Do that and that there. Look at that again. A 6, that's really good. Go in there, there. Another 4. Ooh. Just do the Tornadomancy thing, and then tilt the die. Do it again. I mean, we could do like 44 damage, but I'm kind of like, why? We got tornadoes. Is Breath of Thunder a little bit too much? Maybe. So we don't care what this is. We're not taking it. That is the rule. Ooh, Ether Storm. This actually fits perfectly into the build. And to be honest, will also work out really well for this Cyclone stuff as well. Yes, we're skipping rewards. And this after image stuff is really good, and I don't really want to give it up. Does this beat out the Tornadomancy? I don't know. I don't know. I don't think so far. So again, I want to go shop. We got 2 elites this way, so we'll take that. And this way as well, but I want to go to the shop as well. Iron Skin, Game Bastion. That, my friend, is actually a pretty good defensive tool for 5s, and I can kind of force 5s a little bit with 6s, so I'll pick that up. And of course it sells some more anyway as well, like there's also that, so we're not going to say no there. I think my main thing at the moment is defense, and making sure that I actually have defense set up, ready to go. So I'm going to try and focus on that a little bit. As well as maybe like other stuff to try and get like a bunch of min-maxy things going. I guess that goes in there for now. Ooh, a 6, okay. We'll spend that 6 there. This goes in here then. Cool. Am I fully defended? No, I'm not. So I do need to put this in here. Which means the 5 goes in there to trigger the Tornadomancy, and that goes there. Those things are done, so we don't have to worry about those. Again, we'll put that in there. Getting a 4 out of this is so good. This one goes here instead now. Just because of the differences that I end up being able to do after the fact. I don't want to gamble with this, so... And there we go. 15. We're having really good value. I don't actually need to do anything, we just win. So yeah. I am literally a thunderstorm by myself. That's going to be thrown away because we're not really going to do that anyway, and we'll take the potion we get from this. Focus Blast is interesting, Haze is whatever. I guess we will disenchant something, which I guess here is Zap. That's gone. And we'll take one of these, which I guess will be the Focus Blast, and pick up that potion. To this elite battle, please, so we can go this route. This might be a problem. 2 dice become manifold dice. Okay. 2 goes there first. That's a terrible one. I could have used it to go into the thing, but 5. Cool, that's better. Oh, that goes in there and there. That goes there as well. I do get a 5 out of that, so that's actually pretty good for me. Even in there. Let me do that and that. So we get 10, and then in 10 turns, the guy is done. I might try and force a little bit more, actually. No, save that potion to do damage when he's got the thing up. So if we get like a better way to deal with him, then that's going to be more efficient. 5 is really good. That go there. Get the extra dice back, and the 5 to get a 6, to then split that into something else. I want to trigger this again. But I do need to attack first. Okay, steal the fake. Cool. That goes there then this goes here. It's just trying to make sure that I get exactly what we need when we need it kind of thing, right? Ooh, that's not very good. Guess that goes here then. From the Neomancy triggers, we have a 4. Two again. That goes in here then. That and that. Into a 6. That goes in there. That goes in there. That goes in there. Use a potion. You are the fake. We're getting there. We are getting there. My more worry is the fact that we'll just have everything not work to our favor. That 3 can go in there. Another 3 actually works out quite well. Trigger that. Aha, you were real, so we win. Not a bad fight at all. Not bad. Tornado-mancy is actually doing a lot better than I thought it would, to be honest. Choke is interesting, but we don't need it. Echoing Wind is enough, and we can get rid of Focus Blast. We don't need that. Okay, although the Ventus could really benefit from that as well. I think this just goes here now to unlock this. Now, I would like to put Ether Storm in here, because I think like it's like the best thing I've got. The other thing is like the Ventus also really works really well, in the sense of like after I attack I can get another die back, and if I had like a small attack we could use it. I don't, so it's kind of like, is it really worth it? It's used to gain a spell. Ooh, solid electricity. I mean, I will take it. I think that is slightly better than what we got because we generate die rather differently from Ether Storm. Jolt, Grimrite, all kind of interesting. We don't want to take artifacts, so I guess we'll just take this potion here. Because none of these really speak to me in any particular way that I want. I mean, we could get rid of Skybreak and buy it just so we can maybe get a better... That actually might be worth it, so we'll see how this goes. So I bought Skybreak there because once we defeat this boss's area, the boss of this area, we should get like other options. And I think like I'm gonna benefit more. That goes there. From those options than I will do anything else, right? It's not enough. So we do this. That goes in there. Another 6 back. Okay. Should use the manifold thing. We'll do this and get some more and just sit on this for now then, I guess. That was a really bad turn in the way, but also kind of like not that bad. But now we can guarantee the this triggers all the time, so. Do that again. A 1. I'm getting really bad luck with this. There we go, finally. Although it doesn't really actually work for me here, but still. Should swap these two over. Lesson learned for that later, I guess. This 5 in there. Roll this to 4, which comes to 6. Which I guess we'll put in here for now. Actually, no, we can do the manifold thing. Let's just do that. We get 2 back, and then... Yes, they just go into here and into there again. I have a really weird build on this, and I'm not too sure how I feel about it. I think it's also partly my own fault, like how I've set this up. Like, Breath of Thunder seems really good, but I think it might need to leave, because the way we're playing this, right? What are we at to at the moment? We're up to 10 on the Tornadomancy, so that will kill you off. This 5 can go here, I guess. We do the tilt thing. We get a 3, that can go in there then. Gets me 2 more die. That goes in there. That can go in there. I can't do anything else, so this goes here. Up to 20. That's got 30. That dies to an attack anyway, so I don't need to worry on that front. I guess doing this isn't that bad still. It's just, it's awkward for me. Is the main issue. It's one of those ones where I'm never quite sure how to feel about it, right? How we got 8, 10, that's another 12, so I could get another die out of this. Should do. And that and that. Oh, cool, my lightning. I forget I'm actually getting quite a lot of static as well, so there is actually that side of things. Relay is kind of interesting. It does take the unrestorable away. Just don't need the ether coil now, we'll take care of that. And I guess I'll pick up the relay, because again, it's a more expensive one. Go to here. Lose Skybreak to get a ritual, don't care. 50-50 artifact, ooh. I don't want to gain an artifact. I'm going to leave. I don't want to see Skybreak again, so there's no point in doing that. Give me a spell. Meta isn't bad either. This I kind of like, but it's never actually going to work. Guess we'll disenchant Relay here, because it's worth money. We'll take a Meta again for the exact same reason as before. This, I guess, could go in there. Because I will get more out of it in the way that we're using it if I do this, right? Yes. And then we'll swap that and that over. I got the weirdest build on this. Like, I don't really care about their defense because I should outscale that in the long term. He says while getting terrible draws. So, yeah, we'll try and work around that a little bit. Right? Because that's all I really care about, is just getting as much value as I can as possible. That goes in there. Do that and that and that. I did get enough. So we can trigger that and that. And then I don't need more defense, so we'll set this up for the next turn. So yeah, I should not do that. That's a bad idea. Should not use a utility spell here. Just because the meta magic thing will actually be a detriment to me in the long term. And we don't attack anyway, so this is just free. Okay. Had that feeling that would happen again. Put that one in there then. At least we'll get something out of it. That goes in there. That goes in there. Gonna put the 1 and 9. I only have 7 and 8, so I can't actually even trigger this, which is very annoying. Oh well. Still fully blocked, so it's not much of an issue, but again, I can't do any weird shenanigans, so I goes in there. Do that and that. So we get to get to 6, so do that. I want to trigger this, but it's kind of like not worth it. But hilariously, eventually this will do a lot of damage, so going for attack again. And I don't deal damage normally is the other thing as well. Just sound like going there. 4, brilliant. Do that one first, so we can force this to work to my advantage. We have 8 triggering on there, so we should do that. Lots of die. Technically, that is worth it. I don't need it for the defense, just having the static is more important to me. I don't want to attack, that's kind of not worth it here. Guess just get more defense for no reason. We're slowly chipping this guy down. More defense, whatever. Let's go. Go mad. All that and that go in there. That can go in there. This goes in here. Deal damage. And I guess that goes to 5. But I can't do anything else with it, so it's defend. Yes, we do lose 33% of our damage from days, which is funny. It is funny. At least to me it's funny. Don't know about the rest of you. That goes in there. Lots of good value. Do that again with that and that. It's just 2 die. That and that go in there. That is actually really good. We can overflow that. That and that can go in there. That is more defense. That can trigger that for later and do the same with that. There's some really good upgrades we get for this build, to be honest, as well. Like, I don't think I'm in a bad spot for what I can do with this as a build, right? Just do this first. 5, brilliant. That 4 can go in there. Another 5. Let's do this. Kill on you. Get the tornado mats here. Defense and set up for next turn. And I should. We'll just use this potion here because I'm like, whatever. I think we should be in a pretty good spot, to be honest. I don't see anything really going bad at this point in time. Doesn't mean that it can't. Just means I don't see it. There's a difference. 50 damage, and you're doing nothing. And we can do 108 with this. Oh. Well, I could have just one-shot them pretty much. Should have just done that. Bye, bug. Again, we're not looking at these two, not taking them. And there we go, Wings of Thunder, the thing I really wanted to get, to be honest. That was the only one I was looking for. Skybreak, you're gone now. In you go, Wings of Thunder. Thunder. Wings of Thunder technically is better than the Tornadomancy for like what I'm trying to do in a way. Just because how everything functions with it, in my opinion. Like Tornadomancy is really good, but I do like Wings of Thunder. Or I think we just swap it over for this instead. So it's just a better attack. Doesn't mean we need to shuffle stuff around a little bit. Yes. we do this, I think. So anything goes in here will also trigger it into the Tornadomancy as well, because they're both the same thing, and then everything else with this being the most likely to trigger out of them all as well. Just because of the way that the stuff works, pretty much. I think that's the best way. Yep, skip rewards. And we have not taken an artifact, guys. We have not taken an artifact. I know it's going to be a bit cheesy to do it on the lowest difficulty, but still, like... Conjugate Static is actually pretty good defense. I mean, technically speaking, I will buy it. Meta can go out. Got lots of spells and stuff I don't need. Echo is going to be pretty useful to take. Split a target dice. Lifesteal might save my backside. We'll take it. Lowest die becomes a mirror die. Becomes the same value as last die spent. That's pretty good, actually. Let's pick that up as well. So we have a ritual with us. And here, I'm just going to basically avoid stuff, because I think we should be good. Ooh. Air, water, earth spell. Well, I mean... Let's go water spell. Anything decent here? No. I'll roll just to see if we get anything good. Diminishing Blade! Why not? Okay, Breath of Thunder, I think you're gone. Now, apparently you can use this to reset your turn. Only reset once each turn, available after taking at least one action. So that's what we need to do, is just do this. Reset turn. Yes. You're going to start doing that enough times to get the count up. I know I did the same thing again, but still, like, that's kind of what I want to do. Anyway. I guess that goes in there. It's not the perfect solution, but it's the one that I chose. Goes in there. That triggers that. Lots of dice for this. Double sixes. And I guess we'll just put them all in here. I think the main thing here is just using this every turn is more important than anything else I can do. And then just hope that I get good stuff for the rest of the things I want to be able to try. Ooh. Kinda got lucky there, I think. I kind of got lucky there. Well, that and unlucky. Main thing is, if we get this up, we pretty much should win next turn. That going in there. Get the one back, roll that. So that's another 2, which I guess triggers this again, so do it. Nice to do this. Duplicate a die. Twice. There you go. Just make sure that I win. Anything else? Whispering Gale, Electric Buffer. Well, I mean, it's worth more money to destroy than it is anything else. Goodbye, Ventus. Collecting all the rarest things that I possibly can. Do we want to go elites now? We'll just do this and carry on through here. The main thing is to now not lose. And oh yeah, I gotta remember, like, every time I take inaction to at least be like, reset turn. And do that 25 times, apparently. It's the most annoying achievement possible, right? Is everyone agreed on that? Ooh, actually could do that there. Missed that one. Yes. I did not quite go as planned, but that's fine. We can work around it. We can work around it. The main thing is this has grow, and that's what I get really annoyed by. And let's just use this now we got the opportunity to make sure that we don't have an issue. Because this fight can be a problem. At least in my opinion it can be. And then we can just do... Huh, interesting. I have weird stuff going on. Let's see that on them. Trigger that, get the roll, get another 4, let's go in there. Value again. This goes in there. The 1. And the 4. Even for defense, even for defense, and and So we have 5 up, so we can't really do much there. Duplicate a target die. Forgot I could do that. Oh, nice, because that overflowed. Okay, there's actually a combo here that I wasn't even unaware of, and I have just basically hurt myself because of it. Oh, that's kind of funny now. I get so much value from just being able to do this repeatedly. And getting more and more uses out of what I'm trying to do. I can't even spend that. That's how many dice I got this turn. That's hilarious. 30. It only happens like once every 3rd turn, so. Also have to remember that. I guess we put that in there first to trigger this way. To then do that to get that die there to trigger this one that way. So we can put that in there for defense. Not that it matters. Yeah, but we get a good amount of stats. I keep forgetting to do the whole reset turn thing afterwards. Airwall is kind of interesting, but we don't need it. But I guess I will take it because I want to keep the mission thing constantly static, but I guess Airwall is. Receive a shard every 3rd turn minus 1 to all. No, that's terrible. Don't like that either. We'll just leave that. We'll just leave that. Again, like, I don't want to take any artifact. No artifacts. Must remember. Ooh, this is going to be a horrible fight. Okay, cool. We can get started this way then, I guess. Have to do this one first, so we get the 6. Do this. We got 2, not great. I'm going to chuck that in there to generate this. And hope for 50-50. Got it. Cool. Just so I can trigger the Wings of Thunder. That was the main thing I wanted on that. It doesn't matter after that. Okay. Let's do this again then. Something better? Cool. Again, we'll do it this way. No. They get more dice out of that anyway, so we'll do this one. That can go in here. Do get an even, so that goes there. So that 2 to go in there. That 4 can go in there as well. Trigger that, so at least we have the passive damage. So you have 10 going ongoing. Tilt that into a 2. That goes there, put that and that into there. And we do not want to use that in this turn. Cool. So we now duplicate that die. That's a good die to duplicate. Goes there immediately. And do that again. We're loved by forced 4s and stuff. I'm not going to worry about that. The main thing is just to get stuff triggering, me casting what I need to cast and stuff, so. And we're done. My passive damage and setup are more important, although we do not have a very good turn here. That's 3 defense. Does kind of stop me dying, I guess. Although we only got 1 thing out of it. Goes in there. 6 doesn't even do anything. This is a terrible fight. What's happened? Also use this. Yes. Does that reset it? Because I don't think I got another one. That's interesting. Really, that split was terrible. I could have duplicated that, actually. I want to save it for this turn where I might have an issue, like, and I should defend, maybe. Do that first. Okay, cast that on there. Use this 6 first. And put that in the field. Do it again. So that's not triggered. That 4 can go there. That 6 can go there. That can go there as well. That triggers again. Just get as much defense as I can for this turn. Just hopefully that means I don't lose. Even if I lose next turn, it's just like, this is what I've got to do. You know. I think Tornado Master just won me the game. Oh, that boss fight was so scary. Replicating to adjacent spells. Interesting. And magnetic fields. You are worth more, so... I wanted to keep diminishing blade around, but, like... I might as well take it to sell. Okay. The upgrade on this, or just having this effect to roll that, is better to roll the Echo die. And it's the only time I've ever decided to do that. To roll the Echo die instead of the static generation. That is the weirdest thing I would ever think I would ever do, but I still think it's the correct play. Right? Because now I just do this, and I roll an Echo die. Like, that's madness. Goes in there, we generate that, so we get a 3 back. That goes in there then. I guess I'll put the 6 here. I want to turn some of these into higher value die anyway. That 6 can go in there to give me 2 more back. And 2 can go in there, that 2 can go in there, that 1 can go in there. That 2, guess that goes there. That and that can go in there, and then we'll set that up for whenever. At least these things will be removed quite quickly with the good stuff. I'm just going to use this dodge here this turn, because I don't like what's going to happen otherwise. Yeah, the Echo Die on that is useless to me. I will duplicate that one though. Oh, random die, lowest cost die. I should have been more prepared. My bad. He gambled and failed. That was terrible. That and that. Get a 6-pack. I can go in there. That goes in there. That I can trigger that to trigger that overflow. The one can go there. Technically is a 6, but also gives me defense. And that can go in there for defense, and I can set that up. And I take no damage for this particular turn because I can avoid it with the avoidance. Cool. And we just win here. Man, this is the weirdest thing I ever did. I still am forgetting to do the whole random, like, thing I gotta do. Ooh, Thunder Fist. Nah, we don't really gain much anymore. But it is worth selling. It is worth selling. Okay, I will heal here, because I do need the healing. That's the only time I'll probably do it. So, now I'm thinking, like, the after image is not very good anymore. Because I do, like, cast spells repeatedly, and I'm gonna get little bits of stuff. So getting, like, the Ether Storm might be slightly better. But this just kind of solidifies what I'm going to do. I think I should put this here instead of here now, because I've been having issues trying to cast this as random stuff anyway. And, yeah. But I think this is a pretty good, weird, unusual setup. I really do think that. Never thought I'd say it. I think this actually needs to go here. To trigger this as much as possible, maybe. Or this way. This way might be better. Yes. We'll see anyway, we'll see. I think this is the build we're going to go with. Where am I with the turns as well? We're at 3 turns so far. I'll do 20 more, 5 more times. We'll eventually get there. We'll eventually get there. Gotta remember to do it is the thing. Let's see how we go. Let's see how we go. Yeah, the Wings of Thunder with the Echo is probably the weirdest thing that I've actually ever done, because I would never think to myself to set that up that way, right? Like, my brain just doesn't compute with it, and it just doesn't really function the same way of being like, oh yeah, you should totally do this, right? Get the Echo here. Ooh, a 6. I mean, when in Rome, right? I have the 8s. You also got this, so a 4 can go in there. That's a 2. That's can't be used anymore. That, and that. Get more defense as well. We're already defended up, but we're just trying to make sure that when my Tornado Mancy goes off, it goes off with a bang. That's what it is. We'll see how many tornadoes we can get by this fight. That will be the plan. 5 goes there. Trigger the Winds of Thunder. I think this Echo Dice goes here, because I can't trigger this anyway. And I'll just do that in there. Get this one to work. Get the solid electricity going. Now this can go in here. And that can go in there. We do have the 10, so there is a use for it, but just see if we can generate more dice first. I'm gonna put that in there. That goes in there. Oh, 5, cool. Think that I would get that. Didn't think I would get it. But I did. I did. We're already defended, so yeah. Slowly chip away with tornadoes. That is the plan. Ooh. I guess that is the only bad choice that I could get, isn't it? Do this first, see what we got on there. 5 can go in there, get the Reco die. It's a 4. That can go in there. I'm going to do this to get that to duplicate to there. Cast that as a like, do that thing. Then do this. And look at my 6s that I can use repeatedly for no reason. They can go everywhere. I don't need to worry about, like, the usual stuff that anyone else has problems with. I can just echo everything continuously for no reason. Man, I really leaned into echo this run, and I didn't think it would be as good as this, but hey. I am not going to complain about that. See, like, this is one of the things where I think, like, the echo makes a difference by doing this, so I can trigger both those at 2 rather than anything else. It's a little bit annoying, and then this one has to go 1 to can't trigger that there. So we get the 4, we get the 6, so we can do this here. And then we can trigger that with the 1 and this. 7 is those 2, so am I defended? No, so that goes in there, that and that go in here. I mean, it's going to take a while, this fight. Oh yeah, I've got to remember to do that for no reason. Must reset the turn every turn. At the end of every turn, I reset the turn. It is probably the most annoying mechanic that I have to do for no reason. At least to me, anyway, right? That becomes a 6, so we can use that immediately. It's a hit. What have I got then? I have 8, 10, 11. Not enough, so use that there. I don't have enough defense. We can do this though. Nice. So that, and that go in there. I did it mainly for the defense stuff, but set that up there. When we're at 40, so in 10 turns, we'll just wait until I have 10 mana. Sorry, that game will never leave me, even if I ever want to do it. And I will admit, I've picked up I'm socially playing a bit of Hearthstone, we'll call it, shall we say? Yeah, so I guess we'll call it that. I know, it's terrible. I kind of re-downloaded it and was like, you know what, let's see what's changed and stuff. And maybe I'll do a video on that as sort of an ex-Hearthstone player as such, on sort of like why I left and then why I've come back. But it's like nothing has really changed about it, so it's like it's not going to be one of those things where it's like a dramatic thing. It's just like, I just felt like playing it now, kind of thing. You know? No, we can do this. No. Spend this first. And do it again. Nice. Well, not really, but still. A 5. I will admit, like, I do gain a good amount of static on this build. Technically that breaks even, so there's no point doing it. Yeah, like, I could apply the marks, but I don't think it does anything else, and I don't actually... I guess let's do attack with lifesteal, so let's do that, get 8 health back or whatever. Duplicate a random die. Well. Well. I think we can force that. I think I can. Yeah. I generally don't mind, like, what I spend on these, because I'm just trying to get as much value out of the dice I can. I should not have done that. I mean, technically this pays for itself, so... Still shouldn't have done it, but... We're at 70 Tornado. Gotta remember to keep doing this. Got to remember to keep doing that. Ooh, a 3. We'll spend that 3 there. Flip that over. Do it again. It's 2 5s. Double 2. Ooh. Not good. A 6, okay. I think he's just trying to make sure that I get everything I need most of the time, right? And that is actually worth putting in here. Make sure we get enough defense first if we can. And we do. I guess. As much as I can do. Well, we should win next turn anyway, so that is absolutely fine. And I should try and defend if I can, but that might be a slight problem. Just to make sure I don't take damage from these. And is that my achievement done? There we go! Yes, that is what we did. Managed to get it. I don't want no scrap. I'm happy with that. That was actually pretty cool. And an interesting run as well. Like, it's one I might see. And actually, this I have never ever done it. I probably will never do it again. So this will probably be the one and only time we have a melon going through Wings of Thunder with the echo attachment instead of the increase in the electrify. Man, that is the weirdest decision I ever made. You know, the weirdest decision I've ever made on that one. But yeah, I'm happy with that. We're still trying to do other achievements as well. I'm trying to, like, record as much as possible with this, and whenever what will go up whenever it's available to. So, yeah, I will try and keep more regular content, and I might end up doing some testing and things to try and actually get that one big one done. Maybe we'll do it live, who knows. But again, if you do enjoy these videos, do leave a like, subscribe to see more, and I'll see you all in the next one. Take care.